Captain's Log, August 29th, 2025. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you, you've made it to Friday. The last August show of 2025. There has been... How long have you had the I read the date on this series? I don't believe I'm doing that for too long. I mean, when did I start it? I think it was the 4th of July. So we've been doing it for about a month. I have been toying with the idea of having like a, ooh, it's the end of the month kind of show thing. So, for those unaware, part of the motivation? I don't believe that's correct. Inspiration? That's a better, yes. Part of the inspiration for doing Captain's Log is there is a semi-monthly podcast I listen to called VORW, Voice of the Report of the Week. And if you're not aware who the Report of the Week is, that is the weekly report food review channel, Review Bra. He does more than say my disappointment is miserable and my day is ruined upon realizing Popeyes changed the recipe or something, and wears suits. He enjoys shortwave radio. I believe it is shortwave. That's off the top of my head. But anyway, he's got an infectious passion about radio, truth be told. But the meat, I'd say, of the podcast is that it is an open letter. It's a mailbag show. Every show, he'll ask a question, and viewers will send him emails, and he'll read out the answers. It goes specific question he asks, and then random mailbag, where the viewers talk about random nonsense. Now, have I ever written into this show? I have, actually. And I've had them read out. I asked about riddles and whatnot, which he got correct, actually. I asked him a riddle, and he got it right. Anyway. So, I wouldn't want to turn Captain's Log into an exclusively mailbag show, but I have an email in the about page of my channel, where you can find what games we're playing, the description, riddle me this, when does it get better, daily videos, 4 p.m. Central. It's like, oh, I haven't changed it from Psychonauts 2, I gotta change that. Uh-oh. We're like halfway into the altars and I forgot to change the description. Oops. Anyway, among various links you can find an email address. I intended to have that be for sponsors, for when the channel got large enough to get sponsors. But there actually have. Some people have sent me an email. I wonder if I can... Yeah, why not? I can pull it up. Give me a moment here. Been a while. I don't often look at this email. But the last email I received from it was me oh my, October 28th, 2024. Anyway, it's asking if I'll review any other... why not read it out? Well, I don't know if they want me to read it out. They didn't send it with the intention of being read out. They sent it with the intention of, are you going to review any other villains than Riddler? For how Riddler is Riddler. But anyway, I might. I don't know. This is a rather... I don't want to say overlooked aspect of the channel. I would say it's a rather, like... I do quite a lot. I do animations, I do Let's Plays, I do reviews of a specific character, I do stupid memes. I do a lot. But I also do a weekly podcast that's 20-ish minutes long. And there are certainly people, I imagine, there's got to be a few people who exclusively listen to just this podcast. That's all of my videos that they want to interact with. That's it. And power to you, random violin who only wants to hear about my week. I'm glad. I've gotten comments on how people have used this as like a sleep aid. I am somewhat confused by that. Mainly because this doesn't seem long enough to be a sleep aid. Like 20 to 30 minutes? And only once a week. I can understand if you like put the playlist on. We've got how many Captain's Log? We've got about 40. This is the 40th episode of Captain's Log. We've got quite a lot. 40 episodes. We're coming up on a year. Funny that. Oh well. But yeah, I can see just putting the entire playlist on to sleep. But it seems odd, I say. Oh well. I'm toying with the idea of having the last show of the month be however long as the viewers deem it to be, because I'll read out emails and ask questions and whatnot. Toying with the idea. I don't think too much will come of it, truth be told. But now, how was my week? Enough of this hypothetical monthly show. Let's get back to the regular weekly show, huh? Wasn't bad. Didn't watch a movie this week. No movie was selected, so it'll be next week. I watched True Detective. That's a TV show, but I watched the entirety of season 1. I believe I started it last week. 8 episodes in 7 days. Just while I'm animating. Just have it on. I mean, it's a very interesting enough show that I will go 15 or so minutes without animating and just watch the show and be like, oh right, I have this on as something to listen to, and then go back to animating, and like I'll peek over every now and then. I did that with a lot of sitcoms, but I do enjoy it doing, like, I don't know. It's a little odd to do. I just kicked my radiator. It's a little odd to do with new shows. I prefer to do it with rewatch shows, like House, Better Call Saul, Frasier, and Seinfeld. But I do like, I don't know, it's nice to branch out. And it's the best time for me to watch a show. I don't know. I have an odd thing where I'm unable to do just one thing. And that's not like an attention span thing, where it's like I cannot sit down and, like, watch a TV show. I can. I don't enjoy doing that, because, like, this is 40 minutes. I watch, like, multiple episodes in a sitting. That's like an hour and a half I've spent just watching TV. I feel I need to... I need to do something in that time, so I'll draw. I don't do that with movies, though. I find that odd. I would say there's a lot of work put into movies and TV shows. I don't quite know. I think it's dependent on the show, if there's more work put into a show than a movie. But I treat shows with less respect than movies because I have them on in the background, rather than giving them my full attention. Bit odd. But anyway, I enjoy True Detective. I'll start season 2 soon enough. I do have I got some things I made a point to mention last week but forgot to. Since September, this time next week, Silksong, Hollow Knight Silksong, the game I've waited 7 years for, is coming out. The sequel I finally got. I mentioned... I think I often, like, mutter to myself about my room. as if I'm explaining things here, but just to myself. Not as a form of rehearsing telling stories, just, I don't know. See, I talk to myself a lot. Shocker. Anyway, sometimes I lose track of what of a story I tell here and a story I tell myself to fill the silence of my room. That was a Captain Violet's acting like an insane person filling the silence. So, when I got Hollow Knight, I'm jumping from point to point here. I will explain the thoughts on Silksong coming up. It's been 7 years. So, I don't want to interrupt any of the games we're playing by just pausing one and then having Silksong go through until we beat Silksong. And I'm not really sure if I want to live stream Silksong, kind of eat my cake and have it too, where like I get free playthroughs, but just on different formats. I don't know. I think I'll just wait, truth be told. That's pretty anticlimactic. But I've waited 7 years, and there is kind of just like I stopped caring a while ago. I was just, oh, it's not coming out this year, is it? Oh well. And then that just kind of looked like I'm pleasantly surprised that it's coming out, but frankly, I used to be angry, and now there's just kind of like I guess it's taking a while. Oh well. So I'll play it when I play it. Not much has changed in terms of like I don't have the game, but now it's like a willingness and not more like the game doesn't exist to have. Oh well. But when I was young, I bought all my games, but I didn't pay for them. Well, no. Other way around. I paid for all games I played, but I didn't buy them. My father did. I got paid in cash while working part-time at a clothing store. Because it wasn't like a technically on-the-books job. I just worked on Fridays for an hour and, like, I don't know, arranged mannequins and coat hangers and whatnot. And it was like, I was 13-ish, so I couldn't get a job, but, like, I don't know, something to do on Fridays and earn $5. But I had income. I had, like, cash coming in. But I didn't have a bank account that I could put this money into. But my father did. So every 1 or 2 months, when I had saved up enough money, I'm like, ooh, if I give you, like, the $15 in cash I have, can you pay for this on Steam with your debit card? And he would. But it would happen every 1 to 2 months. It went, like, I bought Undertale, and then I beat that. Undertale was the first game I bought on Steam. I got Undertale, then I got Castle Crashers, then I got BattleBox Theater, then we got Cuphead, and so on and so forth. And I beat all those games within a month getting them, because, like, that's how you get games. And my father was, in his own time, looked up lengthy video games and was like, just, okay, Sawyer, and I was like working on a comic at one point, and he came into my room, and I'm pretty sure it was on like his laptop or phone, but he showed me like the trailer for Hollow Knight on YouTube. He came into my room and just showed me it. It's like, look at this. This is a long game that'll take up multiple months, so you just get one game, and you don't keep asking me to get you more of them. And he was right, because there was so much in Hollow Knight. So I got it. When did I buy it? Can I see when it was added to my library? Here. I'm going on Steam. Steam date added to library. There we are. November 3rd, 2018. So what was in the game by then? decent bit. And then I did get, I think some DLC for it. I mean, I have all the DLC now, but I think all the DLC was in it by the time I got it. But anyway, that game, I played that game for a while, and I kept replaying it, because at the end of Hollow Knight, not only are there several collectibles that you can go for, which I did, there are also challenge modes. Well, there's one. Two, but I never engage with last mode, because that seems just tedious. But there is Steel Soul mode, which means you die once, game over. You have to beat the game in one life. And that introduced me to challenge runs. So, fast forward 1 or 2 years. Is that right? I believe so, yes. I get Dark Souls on my Switch, I believe. And then I play that game for backwards and upside down. I beat it over encumbered. I beat it using only magic. I beat it using only consumables. I beat it any way you could beat it. And I have several hundred hours in both Hollow Knight and Dark Souls because I keep doing challenge runs of them. So, I've said this earlier, but yeah, my father was right. It kept me busy for a while. I didn't bug him for new games for several months. And I'm going back to Steam, see hours played. Hollow Knight, 403 hours. Elden Ring, 305, or 350 hours. Similar thing, where I'm doing challenge runs in Elden Ring. Dark Souls free, I think, is my most, it's not hourly, but I have so many runs in Dark Souls free. I just kept, I just kept beating it different ways. I beat it doing dot damage, I beat it using only magic, only daggers, only so on and so forth. But way more than Dark Souls. To the point where I kind of can't play Dark Souls free anymore. I'm really close to 100%ing it. Like, I've gotten every armor, I've gotten every gesture, and I'm very close to getting every, spell and ring. Just multiple playthroughs. I'm very close to beating it. Lost my train of thought because I'm going on for what I do and don't have in Dark Souls 3. But it introduced me to challenge runs and all that. Now, that was about it. Not too much to say on it, but I do have a funny story that happened to me yesterday. Yesterday evening. So, I think I've spoken about the amount of spiders in my house before, but there is an inordinate amount of spiders in my house. There are 10 spiders in my house, and every time I find one, I find another. And it's a different spider. And then one of them dies. I don't know, there's no flies in my house. I swear they're just eating each other. But Wednesday, I was going up the stairs to go to my room after getting something from the kitchen. And on the stairs is carpeted, and the carpet is this gray... It's like TV static. There's little dots of white, little dots of light gray, little dots of dark gray. Just like a fuzz. And I'm walking up the steps, and suddenly I see this solid color amongst the static on one of the steps. And I pause and look at it, and it's a massive spider. It was... Take a glass and put it up to your eye. Not as if you're looking through the bottom as a telescope. Look through the opening where you put your mouth. Can you hear it? It's affecting? Whatever. Like that. Look at it. It's like the circumference of that. It was a Leviathan spider. So, I grab the rail, and I go 4 steps above the one it's on, and do with both legs. I just kind of, I don't know, that was a weird audio example. But I climbed over it and just went to my room and went to sleep. Thursday, I'm again walking back from the kitchen, but this time in the hallway. So there's a stairwell, then right turn, hallway with roommate's door, and at the end of the hallway is my door. I'm walking towards my door through the hallway, and I see this corner of my eye. I look over, it's the spider. It's the massive freaking spider running along the right-hand side of the wall, away from my room. My door has been closed. I always close it whenever I go out. And, like, coming at me. And I kind of, like, sidestep it. And then I'm now between the spider and my bedroom door. And it's going towards the stairwell. And then kind of freezes. And is, like, turns around and looks at me. It can't climb the wall for some reason. It tries to, like, climb my roommate's bedroom door. And then fails. And then it's kind of, like, overlooking the landing in which the staircase makes a turn and then goes towards the front door. And then turns around and starts kind of coming at me, so I go in my room and I close the door so it doesn't get in and on my bed. And I'm like, well, I'm now kind of locked in my room. And the hallway has an automatic light. If nothing moves, it turns off. So if I open my door, there's a black void in which a spider can crawl out of. A spider that is, like, huge. Again. So to the point where I couldn't get, like, a cup and glass. I needed a Tupperware. I needed, like, a thing of Tupperware to put over the spider. Which I planned to do. Spoiler alert, didn't. So I build up the courage to open my door and walk out into the hallway to activate the light, and then slam my door shut so it doesn't get in my room. And I'm just kind of standing in the hallway, like, in this, like, hunting pose, as if I'm some great warrior, not like a jackass in his pajamas holding Tupperware without a lid, looking for a spider. And I'm looking for it, just scanning the floor. I begin, like, scanning the ceiling, even though I found out it couldn't climb walls for whatever reason. And maybe 5 minutes of just heavily scanning and, like, walking around. And I go back, I figure, well, the light being on must have startled it, so I'm gonna walk downstairs, see if there are any other, like, Leviathan spiders walking around. I go around the living room, and then I go back up. Hallway light turns on, and I pause at my door. I don't want to go in yet. I don't want to open it and have the spider go in without my knowing. So I do a quick double take of the stairwell, and as soon as I, like, turn my head, in the corner of my eye, I see this brown lump pop down a step. The spider is now on the landing, and I turn my entire body to look at it, and there's nothing moving. But the steps have this kind of, I don't know how to describe it other than, like, a P shape. Like the letter P. So imagine if you... God, how do I describe this? If you have a piece of paper, draw P, and then as soon as it begins to curve, draw a line, and then 90-degree angle upwards P, and just repeat that. So there's little dips in the stairwell. Or there's little bumps on the vertical sides of the steps. So if you were looking down the stair, if you were looking from the top down the step, there's an angle you can't see. There's a blind spot, and the spider is taking well advantage of that blind spot. So I have to, in order to, like, not put my foot down and have the spider lunge at my Achilles tendon or something, grab the rail, and, like, I don't know how to... It's like I was skiing. I was in that position where if you ever watch someone do a ski jump, and they, right off the ramp, they're, like, putting their head forward, kind of arms behind them, in this weird pose. I was doing that position to kind of, like, do a counterweight while putting my head over the stairs to see the blind spot and see if the spider was anywhere, and he was. So I kind of, like, with my hand holding the Tumbleware, kind of leaned in. Not intending to catch him, just intending to spook him away from that spot, because that's an impossible angle to catch him at. And I gradually moved him down the stairs, doing the same, until he's at the landing, where the front door, roommate's door, other roommate, and door to the living room are. So he's now kind of trapped in this, he's cornered. But there's mail, and to avoid walking on the mail, we have it on the stairs, like on the third step. So he is now hiding in quotes. He's got his back against the wall on the door to the living room. I'm intending to open the front door and get some, like, grab a, like, junk mail and drop it near him to spook him, because he's back against the wall. I can't, like, the Tumbleware is too big and, like, clumsy. So I need something precise, like paper, to move him so he goes out the front door and out of my house. But I grab this piece of paper, I grab the letter, and I position it so it's flat along the door, and I let go of it. And I wanted it to slide down and spook him. Instead, it freaking guillotined him! It just cut him in half. There must have been like a coupon in there or something. I don't know. I didn't open it. It's not my mail, but like, I didn't intend to do that. So now the spider is just in two halves. And if you're curious, it was 3 legs on one side and 5 on another. It wasn't like a right down the middle. It was at kind of an angle, but ugh. I just kind of picked both sides up with the letter and just put them in the bin. But I didn't intend to do that. Typically, I'll do the cup and paper, like, thing if they're at hand, which I tried to do. I mean, I only had the cup at the ready, the Tumbleware. And I guess I could have used the mail as paper, but, like, ooh. It got rid of the spider, I suppose. The thing was freaking huge. Oh well. Haven't seen a spider that large since, at the very least. So many little ones, though. But they stick to their corners. This one wasn't. This one was aggressive. Remember, it ran at me. Tried to. I slammed the door on it. Oh well. That was my week. That was my... No, that wasn't even... That was yesterday. Oh well. If any of you are so inclined, let me know your thoughts on that monthly show. Maybe I will implement it. Oh well. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.